Over 21 years ago, I was walking on a bridge in Florida, where I saw many fishermen fishing and contemplating on the subject of death, looking at the ocean where it seemed to have no end, amazed at the ocean how it glitters when hit by the sun's rays, and in my depression wishing to drown in it, wondering if I would throw myself in the ocean to drown. Would it be true that the dolphins I saw at a distance would save me, or if that was a myth only to be found in Flipper on my favorite channel Nick at Night at the time? So as I left my spot to walk at the bridge, I saw a fish out of the water and gasping for water. A pufferfish with many colors. I thought of saving it, but then said to myself, what happens if it puffs up and stings me with its spikes? Although at the time I thought on death, deep inside I didn't want to die. So I walked and thought of letting it die, but my conscience bothered me to the point of having me run towards it and speaking to it saying, "Don't sting me, I want to save you." So I grabbing it by the tail and throwing it to the ocean with all my might, hoping of saving its life. At that moment a pelican catches it and swallows it whole, then looking at me and in its language asks me for more. In my anger I curse and yell at the poor pelican, wishing it to die for wanting to eat to survive. Now years after, I look at that event and say in many ways, we as humans need to eat something living to survive. For us to live, an animal, a fish or plant must die. Just like Jesus had to die so we can enjoy life everlasting through his life, which was his blood. Death and life are closer than one thinks, although they may seem to be enemies for now. They walk side by side. One is not without the other. Each day one dies and the other is born. One never decides one's birth and never decides one's death. Although some decides to cheat death before their time, only to find out there is a life after this life when they die. So now with all my heart I bless the bird which at one time I cursed in my lack of understanding. Though a murder to some, including that pufferfish, a hero, and an example to others who wish to survive. But thinking how poisonous is a pufferfish, I believe the poor lovable pelican later on died. So in thier desire to live, both the pufferfish and the pelican died.